Hello, gentle souls. Thank you for joining me for this video. Today's video I intended to be a reading for the collective. I intend and hope that it will bring us all guidance moving forward with the full moon in Scorpio occurring May 7th, as well with the presence of the current planet retrogrades in Saturn, Venus, and Pluto, if I'm not mistaken, as well as a North Node shifting into Gemini. I sincerely hope this guided reading provides you with insight, and I would love it if you would join my little soul family, and let's get into it. Getting into the reading, I selected 6 cards which correspond to a question that I asked Spirit, as well as an affirmation card. The first question I asked was, what has been manifested and created since the new moon in Taurus? And the card drawn was a 10 of Pentacles. This card spoke to the growth in abundance and knowledge of one's purpose. I am called to share, to research into the law of attraction, and remember that all is energy. This moon, with the influence of Pluto, is asking us to rely on ourselves and remember our strength and capability. Second card pertains to the question of where the collective is at this moment. The card drawn was a 5 of Swords. This card speaks to revisiting the past, which may result in dwelling in the past, in having resentment towards certain situations or individuals surface, as well as possibly wishing to reconciliate and forgive an individual that may have hurt you in the past, or a situation that didn't go as planned, or a situation where you may have hurt someone else. This card is a call to remind us that we aren't alone, and moving forward, we should keep in mind the collective and a sense of collectivism, not only with those on this journey, but also we are called to connect with humanity and put aside our differences and come together again, for there are paradigms that in the moment, or at least were present in the past, where individuals were discriminated against and continue to be discriminated against depending on a societal identity of theirs or others. This reading encourages me to continue to have faith in us coming together, being a collective. The third card pertains to the question of what is coming into the collective's consciousness. The card drawn was a Temperance. Once again, we are called to realign and assess aspects of our lives that are out of balance. We must remember to be gentle and patient with ourselves and others. This card also speaks to finding one's purpose, and through reflection, being able to dwell on one's purpose, as well as the roles that those in our lives have had in the past, present, and possibly the future. The fourth card drawn speaks to what no longer is serving the collective. The 8 of Swords was drawn. This card speaks to victim mentality and inner criticism. We're being called to reflect on the narratives we carry in ourselves and are hindering our growth. We must shed the blaming of ourselves when things go wrong. We are also being called to welcome new perspectives. This is especially true with the North Node shifting into Gemini and South Node shifting into Sagittarius. The 5th question speaks to how can the collective release and let go of these energies present. The card drawn was the Death card. We are being called to continue our shadow work, and if you are not doing so, I strongly encourage you to. It could simply be as just meditating and dwelling on one's feelings and going down that happy little rabbit hole of connecting with oneself and one's emotions. It could also be reflecting through journal exercises and asking oneself, of the narratives that one carries, of any inner child wounds that may still be present. And I very much resonate with the death card and have a personal bond with it. And I wish for us all to not fear the death card. With endings come new beginnings. This card is very fitting because it aligns with the sign of Scorpio. Please work on your ability to be vulnerable with yourselves and be patient. Healing is not linear. The last card chosen reflects any additional resources available to the collective moving forward. And the Ace of Pentacles was drawn. Please take this time to reflect. We're on a journey to continue our self-growth and our shifting paradigms in the realms of our sense of security. This speaks to Uranus transitioning into Taurus, as well as the asteroid of Pallas shifting into Aquarius. Take this time to be grateful for the abundance present in your life. Don't feel bad, ashamed, or guilty if you are not feeling grateful during these times that we are in, that I'm recording this message, or if you haven't been practicing gratitude. Start now. When you wake up, express gratitude and welcome new opportunities for abundance as well as growth. Lastly, the affirmation card drawn is in respect of the African violet, the theme being spirituality, and the affirmation being, it's time to connect with what you believe. I feel as though this affirmation card also speaks to the necessity in us connecting with ourselves and dwelling on the narratives that we carry with ourselves, on how those narratives are reflected in our reality. And in me saying this is not at all intended to invalidate any experiences, feelings, thoughts, or emotions that you may be feeling at the moment. I sincerely hope that this reading was insightful. I personally resonated with the reading, for it really spoke to realizing that fear and pain do not have a purpose in our lives. We may carry and at times refuse to heal our inner child wounds, for we don't have time for it. We don't want to have to deal with these painful memories or have to be vulnerable and willing to be in touch with the emotional realm. And it's quite fitting that not only the death card appeared in this reading, but the full moon is in Scorpio, which is a fellow water sign of mine and really speaks to the depths of one emotion. It doesn't necessarily mean that we have to feel happy all the time, feel grateful all the time, feel upbeat and light-spirited. We are currently enduring difficult times, very difficult times, and we are called to be gentle with ourselves, to nurture ourselves, and be the parent that we may have not had ourselves. And as a final word of guidance, I sincerely hope that you remember that you are not alone. You have a collective that is more than willing to offer you a shoulder to lean on, and remembering that we are not alone and that healing is linear is something that personally helps validate me and helps me have a sense of security that is being shifted at the moment of this recording. And with this, I sincerely send you love, peace, and light. I hope the reading resonated. If not, it's okay. We're learning how to let things come and go. And I wish you a lovely day and blessed be.